What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Off the Couch Boxing. I'm your host, Rexx Ruger. That, of course, is the Alexis Arguello puppet. We're back with another amazing episode. My guest is already here, so we're jumping right in and chopping it up. Let's go. Here we go. Looking forward to this one, folks. Let's do it. Rashiem, how are you, man?
Yeah, bro.
Hey, I'm super happy to have you on here, man. It's an honor, man. A big pleasure to meet you, man. Appreciate you doing it, man. Good to have you on here. Are you able to hear me okay and see me okay? So I got you?
Hold on.
Yeah, just got to get your video back up. I can hear you okay. Just lost your camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can still hear you. Just lost your video.
Hold on.
Yeah, no problem. Usually there's like a thing down at the bottom of the screen there that looks like a camera, like a picture of a camera.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, I just can't see you. You just got to get your camera up. There you go. How's it going, man?
Everything good. What's up?
Good, man. Good to have you on here, man. Thank you for doing this, man. It's a pleasure to meet you. First of all, man, I know you were just grinding in the gym, man. So, first of all, how did that go today?
Yeah, I have a little cold today. I'm on my
Yeah.
way to work with Africa. I'm in New York right now. And I'm back to the city.
You know, Coach, you got such an interesting story, man. Like, you know, you're such an inspiration, man, because you've really overcome a lot of adversity, in your life. Is that something that you feel like because you've been through so much stuff that you're able to instill that in your fighters that you're training, an aspect of mental toughness?
For sure, for sure. I
Yeah.
feel like everything I've been through makes me a great trainer and able to is give back the others and just let them know my story.
And and you know, of course, you were having an amazing career. Do you ever look back on it and uh, you know, it's amazing that you're not extremely bitter about having your own career cut short, man. How did you deal with all that? You're such a positive guy.
Man, listen, I read the coach, the level of coaching I'm on right now.
Right.
I rather do that than box myself because it takes a lot of discipline and unfortunately I wasn't disciplined enough to be that top fighter. You know what I'm saying? Especially in today's time, it's plenty great fighters coming up, plenty great young fighters coming up, and boxing is a young man's sport.
Yeah.
And, I just respect everything that's going on in boxing. Unfortunately, I didn't have to be at the top, so my neck up for me, and I'm still at the top. Any loss.
And when you say that you lack the discipline, obviously, like a lot of people, would say, you're saying you lack discipline, but yet you were 15-1 at the time that you stopped boxing, which is pretty damn good. You know what I mean? What specifically makes you say that? Like, what is it about it that you say, where you critique yourself and say you didn't have the discipline?
Because the only reason I lost my last fight was because, you know what I'm saying, I was still having sex. Wasn't running, wasn't training as I should.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And I was overlooking my opponent.
Okay.
and that caught up to me.
And when you look at the sport nowadays, you are coaching, so many amazing fighters yourself. Who are some of the guys that you really enjoy watching right now that are doing it? Who are you a fan of?
I'm a fan of everybody that I'm coaching. Um, I'm a fan of Javante Davis. I'm a fan. Just became a huge fan of Lamont Roach after the performance he put on
Sure.
against Javante Davis. Um, I want to see how he come back and what he do now. Because boxing's about confidence, and that was a huge confidence booster.
Sure.
Win, lose, or draw. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I want to see how Lamont Roach come back. Um, and that's it.
For you, for people that might not know, how early did you get the boxing gloves on? When did you
I
start?
was 14 years old. They had a program in my school where they give you tokens and supply. They pay you gym dues, supply all your boxing equipment, and
Yep.
send you to Joe Frazier's boxing gym. So I joined that program, and during the program, I met my coach Howard Mosley, and he started picking me up every day, so I ain't had to catch the bus. And it was on from there. I won 11 national tournaments. You know what I'm saying? I
And do you feel
won.
like it came naturally to you? Did it come naturally to you? I mean, like, were you getting in fights like you know what I mean, like as a kid in the street? Did you know that you had hands?
That's why I started boxing. I was fighting every other day in school. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
yeah, and obviously you're from the great city of Philadelphia, which has produced so many amazing fighters. I don't know what y'all got in the water over there, man, but Philadelphia really puts out the fighters, man. What do you attribute it to? Because obviously there's a lot of tough cities, all across the world. You know what I mean? But specifically Philadelphia, yeah, we know it's got its tough aspects. It's a tough town. But is there something else you could attribute to why it churns out so many amazing boxers specifically?
it's, it's the mega boxing. It's the
It
mega
is.
boxing. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I believe that everybody from Philly had their own struggles, and and some people have the discipline aspects to make their struggles turn into some positive. So that's where it come from.
And when you got shot in 2000, when you got shot in 2003, you actually, a lot of people might not know this, you actually continued to box. It was actually after a motorcycle accident that you stopped. How hard was that to come back though in 2003, like after you get shot? Did you think for you that was the end of the fighting career, or did you know you'd come back from that?
So I was a 2000 Olympic alternate.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So I was going to be 2004 Olympian.
Yep.
So
On your way.
when I got shot in 2003, it was 3 days before the tournament, and I'm like, oh no, I got it. I'm about to miss the Olympics. So
Yeah.
everything was just like it was a rush. You know what I'm saying? So then, and it was one more tournament left to make the Olympic trials, and I did that. I made the Olympic trials, and it just wasn't my destiny to make the Olympics, man.
Yeah.
Wasn't my goal.
But a lot of people though like wouldn't even go through something like that and even entertain the idea of coming back to a sport at all. Though I mean, like what was driving you after you got shot? Do you feel like okay? I mean, if I'm not mistaken, and correct me if I got any of this wrong, you took a bullet even in the lung, correct?
I took one in the lung, one in the arm.
And now taking and obviously you're using your arms for boxing, your lungs are your everything. You know what I mean? Like, did you think like, oh my God, I got hit in two spots here that is going to be very detrimental to me being a fighter?
It was a thought, but hey, listen, you 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 as good as your mind set you to be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And I wouldn't let my mind take me there. That like, nah, it's over for me. I can never be a boxer. I wouldn't like after I broke my neck. They said I wouldn't walk again, and I'm like, nah, tripping.
Wow, that's a whole different level of mental toughness. And I gotta like imagine, man, the guys that come and train with you, I mean, as I said at the top of the interview, that has to rub off, man, somewhat, man. Like, I mean, that mental toughness has got to just, be absorbed by the fighters that you work with.
Yeah, I try to push it on every fight I work with because boxing is more mental than physical. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah.
So I try to dig in their head, get in their mental aspect, and and then everything else from there is easy.
And when you were growing up and you were getting the gloves on yourself, who are some of the fighters that you were looking up to?
Uh, I look, I looked up to Floyd Mayweather,
Yeah.
Zaire Raheem, and David Reed. Cause they was all three from my city.
Yep.
The city was going crazy because all three of them made the Olympics.
Yep.
That's that's really why I'm like, yo, I'm going box. You know what I'm saying? They had the city buzzing because three people from our city made the Olympics. Then we got Terrence Crawford winning the bronze and David Reed winning the gold. You know what I'm saying? So it was just big. It was big for my city, and I just wanted to contribute to that.
And was there any other avenue that you possibly could have gone down? I mean, like obviously boxing is is a sport, but takes athleticism. Were you athletic and good at other sports? Was there anything else you were possibly going to do if it wasn't boxing? What might it have been?
I was great in football, but I was little,
Yeah.
and I was an AB student, all A's and B's. That's how I used to make my money from my grades in school. You know what
And
I'm
so you
saying? When
feel
I
like
get when I get my report card, I show all my neighbors and they break me off.
there you go. So you might not have gotten somewhere athletically. You might have gotten somewhere that was a non-sports.
I think that's what keep me going in this sport. I outthink these other trainers. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I outthink these other trainers. I outsmart them because half of these trainers in boxers are illiterate. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Boxing is like the only thing that you don't have to go to school for, be in college for,
Right.
and things like that. You can be nobody in boxing. You can have no brains at all in boxing. And
And now, who are some of the guys? And I shout out some of the guys that you're currently working with right now. You just shouted out Khalil Ko.
Khalil Cole, I got Richardson Hitchens right now. I'm about to go
Oh
train.
man.
I work with Shakur Stevenson. I work with previously Jerron Ennis. Uh, I work with Muslim Kason, the Muslim boxer. I got my son right here. We just come from putting that work in.
I was
He
just
up
about to
next.
ask. I was just about to ask about Junior back there. I was just about to ask, man, because and I see you got him in the car, man, with you, man. But so what's going on in Junior's career?
He shot boxing. He just getting back.
Okay.
He shot boxing at the age of 13. He just getting back. Um, and we just gonna see where it go from him. He got the skill, he got the will, and let's see what he take with it.
So we will see Junior back in the ring again then.
Yeah, I'm trying to get him into the Nationals in June, but I just filled out the exemption form and everything for him. We'll see.
And now, what weight will he be fighting at?
He'll be fighting at 139 amateur elite.
Okay, okay. And you yourself were a featherweight when you competed, correct?
Yeah, I was.
Yeah,
I think by the time I was time I grew, because both of my oldest sons
yeah.
6 foot.
They
You know what I'm
outgrew
saying?
you. I know. I
They
know the
both,
feeling. I know the
they
feeling,
both
Coach.
6 foot.
I know. I know. They always end up bigger than us, man. Hey, you know what? We'll still put them in line if we have to, though, right?
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know, man. Junior might be back there thinking, I don't know, pops, but
he
uh,
he make he make too many mistakes. I just had to correct him. And every day I correct him in the gym, and I tell him like, yo, it's you only not only fighting a fighter. Every time that fighter go back to the corner, He got two people telling him the
Right.
mistakes that you're making
Right.
over and over and over. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
we gotta find a way to not make the same mistakes. You know what I'm saying?
I get a lot of satisfaction at this point in my life now, man, because my adult son, he comes to me a lot and tells me, you know what, a lot of the stuff that you told me when I was young that I didn't understand, I'm getting it now. I get it.
For sure. And you know what's crazy? And I tell my kid that my grandma used to say this all the time. I'm like, man, grandma, you ain't did that before.
Right.
But
Right.
everything is going full circle.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
Everything is going full circle.
And then you start to realize, man, that advice, man, it wasn't such bullshit after all, man. It's
For sure.
I mean, it sounds like it should be, and it sounds like, oh, it's dated, it's old. That's what old people used to say.
For sure.
Then you find yourself saying it
Mhm.
too,
Yeah.
and it never stops applying. You know, what I mean, it's age old wisdom for a reason, I guess.
Yeah.
And now another guy that you worked with before, who I had the pleasure of having on here about a month ago, is Paul Kroll.
Paul Crow, yeah.
Love that dude, man. Love that dude, man. Another Philly fighter.
Paul Crow, like me, got all the skill in the world, but just don't want to put the hard work in. I
Yeah,
mean, and Philly is hard because he got a family, he got
sure.
a wife, he got all that. But for me at this point in my life, if I had that, it'll make me want to push harder with
Yeah,
what I was blessed with. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
So it's just different. We just got different mindsets. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But he a great fighter. I love working with him. We'll work with him anytime. Um,
Now you've seen such amazing, talented fighters, man. Like right now, man. If I had to put if I had to put the question to you right now, man, who the most talented fighter that you've ever seen, ever, who would it be? Just a guy that had it all, the physical attributes, the mentality, all of it, man. Who would be the complete fighter that you've seen in your life?
Jerron Ennis.
Boots. Okay. Okay. Yeah. And Boots has got a lot of Boots has obviously got the physical skills, but a lot like you were saying, he's also got somebody in his ear, man, his pops, man, who's close to him, knowledgeable, and he seems to really listen to him. That's the most important part. He
Yeah,
listens.
for sure. For sure. Yeah, Jerron, Jerron not only got his father, he came up under everybody that should have been champion, his brothers,
Yep.
Anthony Thompson, Demetrius Hopkins, you
Yep.
know what I'm saying? So he been around, he's seen the highs and lows, the ups and downs, the ins and outs. So he just took everything that he saw and got rid of the bad and kept the good, you know what I'm saying?
It
So
always it always amuses me though, man, because for the last couple of years, every time I'll tune into a Boots fight, I'll look at his record, and they're always referring to him as they're still almost referring to him as like a prospect. I mean, I think maybe because he hasn't been able to get big fights yet because people have avoided him. But the guy's got over 30 professional fights. He's not a prospect. He's not a hidden secret no more. It's just guys have just not wanted to fight him.
he a world champion.
Yeah.
A unified world champion and lineal.
Yep.
So people that's referring to him as a prospect just don't know
I don't
boxing.
know. Yeah.
And so the people that is avoiding him in the fight that he did look bad, and you gotta understand that he ain't won them fight.
Yeah. Right. Right.
He won the bigger names, and sometimes not getting them big names can put you to sleep. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
And that's what you gotta be wary about. You gotta be wary about that because you don't want to fall asleep. Because you fall asleep on a bum, you know what I'm saying? That bum gonna come out somebody else. And another thing you gotta understand is when your name is thrown in the air for a fight, they training for you. So then the same person that fought them other guys is not gonna be the same person that fights you. They
Right.
gonna train 1,000% harder. They gonna go to the max for you. So
Right.
that's what you gotta be wary of.
Now, I feel like when you said earlier, that you might have not have had the dedication in the focus during your own fighting career. I feel like, again, to speak to my previous point, that at the time when you stopped fighting, you were 15-1, which I think a lot of people would say, wow, that's the start to an extremely successful career. That's pretty damn good. You know what I mean? A lot of guys would be happy if there's 16, 17 fights into their career, and that's where they are. So just to play devil's advocate, man, you know, if your career would have kept on going, you know, I feel like you would have had a great deal of success. I mean, are you disagreeing with that? I mean, do you think you would have made, I mean,
for sure I would have had a great deal of success because after that loss, I understood that ain't no bums in boxing. You know what I'm
right.
saying?
I love that you said that. I love that you said that because I
There's
hate that
no
word.
there's no bums in boxing. At any given day, anybody can show up. And that kid showed me he was 10-6. 10-6. You know what I'm saying? He lost to Gary Starks, who I was training with at the time. And I'm like, I'm gonna walk through this guy. And I
Right.
took him like, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? So you gotta be ready for everything, in every aspect, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no bums in boxing, and when your name is thrown up and they know who they fight, a different person gonna appear every time.
Yeah, you're right. And now, was it hard for you to walk away from the sport and going out on a loss? I realize that might be tough, like for some guys to end their career and not go out with a win. I've questioned a couple times on here, like whether we've seen the last of a guy like Tyson Fury. He seems like such a proud guy. Is he going to be able to end his career with back-to-back losses against a guy like Usyk? You know what I mean? Yeah. How hard is it for a fighter to say, all right, my last fight was a loss and I'm going to walk away from the sport?
It's very hard. I definitely didn't want to walk away, but with the type of injury I had,
Yeah.
where I breaking my neck, and the
Yeah.
doctor told me like it's dangerous, like you fall the wrong way, get hit the wrong way, you
Yeah.
could be paralyzed. So that was a kind of easier way for me to walk away. Then I'm training hard for 3 fights. Then they all three got cancer. So in my mind it was like, man, that's just time to give it up.
Now you are a obviously, you know, you mentioned some of the amazing fighters you work with. You're a sought after coach and trainer in the sport right now. You know, what do you see, or you know, just, and this is just like a generalized question, the most common mistake that a new or young fighter makes nowadays?
Trying to be like other fighters.
Okay,
Oh,
emulating
and,
people. Yeah,
and one thing is success that other fighters have so soon. I think boxing is about timing, and when your time come, it's gonna come. You know what I'm saying? If
yeah,
you rush it, you can run into a brick wall. You
yeah,
know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So I think fighters should just take their time.
Uh, I want to get your opinion on you know, you seem like a guy with a very throwback old school mentality. It seems like you look at the sport you know, with that type of attitude. You know, you're a Philly guy. What do you think of these Jake Paul type events? Are you a fan? Do you like what these do for boxing? I've talked to a lot of legends on here, a lot of the OGs who are protective of the sport, you know what I mean, who don't like them. And then there is a certain demographic of people who say, well, you know what, he's bringing eyes to the sport, you know what I mean? Like, you know, it's positive, you know, it's bringing attention. Where do you stand on those?
I think Jake Paul and guys like that is keeping boxing alive.
Okay.
I think keeping boxing alive with the viewership and with the money. Like you know, 13 boxers, average 13 boxers die per year
Yep.
fighting. You know what I'm saying? So with the money that he's bringing to the sport, it's paying these guys to do what they do, die for boxing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's a wonderful thing in boxing. I like it. These your own. You got people doing Instagram skits, making money. However you can make your money, make it. And Jake Paul is bringing a lot of money to the sport, and it's wonderful.
Agreed. Agreed. Now,
So,
obviously, weight classes, you know, we all know they exist for a reason. It's not easy to, you know, to jump up in weight or to come down in weight. And again, this is just your opinion. if we do at the end of this year see Bud Crawford go up to 168, where do you rate his chances in a fight against Canelo?
Right now, Canelo is a grandpapa in boxing. He's been boxing since he was 14 years old, pro.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So you gotta understand how many training camps he's been to, how much wear and tear he got on his body. So I give Bud Crawford, I give it 60-40 Crawford.
Okay.
Only reason I'm giving this 60-40 Crawford is because Canelo really got skills and he's big. He's a bigger guy.
Yeah.
And he got the skill just to win the fight. You know what I'm saying? But I see Crawford dominating Canelo for sure.
And I'm curious to get your opinion on, and I'll ask you this question even with your son in the back seat there. I had Paul Spadafora on here a couple times. He was at one point trying to train his own son as well. And obviously there's like that generational gap. You know what I mean? There's differences. We just talked about it. Sometimes the old, the new doesn't understand, where the old is coming from. What's the relationship like when you train like your own son?
They see the success I had in the sports, so they understand. Like my dad know what he's talking about, and I'm gonna follow my dad. My dad lead. But like I tell them, you know what I'm saying, bro. You gotta tell me if my other son, he was 6-0 as a pro, he'll be back soon. Me and him communicate that they ain't working. You know what I'm saying? All right, bro, try this. And he tell me, look, I'm gonna try this way, then you know what I'm saying? We communicate. It's not only about my opinion and what I want. You know what I'm saying? Because what I want cannot be working sometimes. You know what I'm saying? You might see it a different way. A coach in the corner with me might see it a different way.
Yep.
So that's why we got 6 eyes in the corner. You know what I'm saying? We don't got 6 eyes for only 2 eyes to do the talking.
Right.
And nobody else get to say nothing. Get water. Get the water bottle and spit bucket. That's not boxing.
Right. Right. Well said. Well said. And so you as a trainer yourself, who are some guys that you look at or have looked at in the past and admire as trainers? I know we talked about, boxers, who you've looked up to and thought highly of, but, who are some guys, who you think are exemplary trainers?
I like Freddie Roach.
Yep.
I like all the top trainers. I like Buddy McGirt. Me and Buddy McGirt, we been in the gym training together. You know what I'm saying? And I seen Buddy McGirt up front personal. I like Bozy Ennis. I like all the top trainers, man. I even like the non-top trainers, man, because you can learn from anybody. When you stop learning in boxing, get out of boxing.
That's a problem. Yeah, yeah. Now, are there any fighters out there who you haven't had the opportunity to work with, who, if the opportunity came, you would jump at? Is there anybody that you watch fight and say, wow, I would love to work with him?
For sure. Crawford, Canelo. Yeah, although I've been around Crawford and seen him work a couple times, I never got a chance to put my expertise on Crawford.
Yeah.
I would love that. Javante Davis. I want to learn from. I don't only want to work with a fighter and teach them. I want to learn from them as well.
I've lost your camera there. See, that's where Junior comes in handy right there, right? I'm terrible with the technology, too. Most of the time, I'm handing my stuff to my kids and my grandkids. It's their era, you know what I mean? Like, we didn't grow up with the technology,
For sure.
And so any of your fighters right now, man, you mentioned you were just in the gym with Khalil. Who's the next fighter that you work with who's got a fight coming up here? There you go.
I'm on the way to the gym with Richardson Hitchens right now.
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah. And so who's got the next fight coming up out of all your guys?
Khalil Code and Richardson Hitchens.
Yeah, no, Richardson's got the fight coming up with who?
Uh,
Cambosis?
the Aussie guy.
Yeah, yeah.
Cambosis.
Yeah, he's gonna put that. Yeah. He's gonna go to work on that dude. I'm sorry, man. He just is.
Should beat him down.
Yeah, he should be. Yeah, he should beat him down for sure. And so I want to get your opinion on one thing before I let you out of here. Well, you bring up a guy like Richardson Hitchens, and I think of a guy like Shakur Stevenson, and I'm a real true boxing fan where I appreciate what these guys do on a scientific, artistic level. You do see a certain demographic of people who knock these technical boxers because it's not fan friendly, it's not a knockdown, drag out fight. But these guys are doing something at a high level that's extremely difficult, man. What do you say to those people who just don't appreciate that high level of boxing? Obviously, these are more casuals. These are people that don't understand the sport on a more intricate level or whatever, who might look at a Richardson Hitchens fight or Shakur Stevenson fight and say, these aren't fun fights to watch. These aren't exciting fights to watch.
I tell them that, listen, if I got a Shakur Stevenson or Richardson Hitchens winning a fight with a jab, I'm not gonna be mad at them. I'm gonna be mad at the opponent that
Right.
let them win the fight with a jab.
Right. That's a great point.
So-
You know what? I haven't heard anybody say that yet. A lot of it is dictated on like what the opponent is doing and what kind of fight the opponent's bringing to them.
For sure, like how can you be mad at a fighter that put the 8 weeks, 12 weeks in hard work, dedication, right? Killed their body, depleted their body for a fight that a kid gonna let him win with a one jab,
Right.
5 jabs around.
Yeah.
That's the excellent on Shakur Richardson Hitchens part. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's a testament to what they do and how high of a level they're able to do it at.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You cannot be mad at them. You got to praise them more.
Absolutely. I mean, Floyd said it best. It's the art of hitting and not getting hit at the end of the day.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Where do you stand on these weight clauses? Are you a fan of these weight clauses? Like when we see guys have to come in and, they got to get down to a certain weight. They can't put on X amount of weight before the fight. Are you a fan of these?
I ain't a fan of the putting on after the weigh-in, but if they make the weight, then they can be whatever after the weight. After they make their weight. Cause if they depleted themselves like that, you can't put muscle back on in 24 hours.
Right.
So if they ain't lose no muscle, then it's all right for them to make their weight.
Yeah.
But once they start cutting in the muscle, it's going to show. So if they don't got to lose no muscle and they can make that weight, then I don't care how big they is. If they can deplete themselves that much and beat you depleted like that, then it's a testament to them again and not a testament to you.
You are such a sought after coach, man, that with these guys coming to seek you out to train with you, man, like what would you say like your best attribute is? You know what I mean? Like if you were selling yourself and someone was coming to you and saying, why do I pick Coach Rell to be my trainer, man? Like what do you give them? Like what's the sales pitch? Like what do you say? Like, hey, here's what I can offer you that you should pick me and not the other trainers.
I got everything. I know how to do pad work. I know how to motivate. I know how to get you on that bag. I know how to fight. I can box you. I'm a defensive coach, an offensive coach, everything. Everything coming with a package.
And I also feel like, as I mentioned at the top of the interview, man, the intangible, I think, is that mental toughness that you come with, man, just because of everything that you've been through, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like that's going to rub off on guys. If I was a fighter coming to you and I knew your story and knew what you'd been through, and here you are standing in front of me and you're showing me how to box and taking me through this stuff, man, that's a testament, man. It really is.
For sure.
Yeah. Listen, man, I appreciate it, man. I know I don't want to. Hey, we don't want to leave Richardson waiting, man. We can't do that, Coach. We can't do that. We got to get this guy ready, man. We got an Australian ass to kick here, man.
All right, so I appreciate you.
Listen, man, I appreciate you, man. I'm glad we're in touch now, man. I'd love to dive into the sport with you a lot more, man. I'll have you on again, and we'll get into it more.
All right, bet. Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
I appreciate it, Coach. Thank you so much. It was a real pleasure, man. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll talk again soon. Thank you. Thanks, Junior. Later. There he goes, folks. Coach Rell, Rashiem Jefferson, man. What an honor. What a pleasure having him on. What a story. If you haven't, if you're not familiar, man, dive in, man. Rashiem Jefferson was 15-1-1, 6 knockouts, man. A featherweight sensation. Just an amazing boxer, an amazing skill set. He took a bullet, as he mentioned. I initially brought it up, but took a bullet in his left lung, took a bullet in his elbow in 2003. Still continued to fight. Had a motorcycle accident in 2008, 2009, if I'm not mistaken, broke his neck. So this is a man that has been through some shit and still continues to forge on, man, and cement his legacy now as a trainer, a sought-after trainer. You just heard the list, just a fraction of the guys that he's worked with. I mean, going from a training session with Kalilko to now, as we just saw, pulling up and getting ready to put Richardson Hitchens, go to work with him. So obviously, man, Coach Rell is just a great ambassador for the sport, man. A true testament to the power of determination and will and integrity. Just anybody that is coached by Coach Rell, man, is truly blessed, man, because as I said, he can provide those intangibles. Yes, as he said, can do the pad work, can teach how to fight offensively, defensively, box, punch, all this stuff, man. But credit to what he's been through that just has to rub off on these fighters that he's working with, man, because he can really tie it all together, man, and really take them places mentally where you need to really dig in and have that fortitude, that toughness between the ears when you get in that ring, man. So he's a big inspirational story to me, man. Just having dived in and learned about him, read about him, watching him back when he fought, obviously, but then knowing about all the stuff that he went through. He's a Philly guy, man. Come on, Philadelphia, the Northeast. You know where I stand on that, man. We breed them different up here, man. That's for sure, man. And Rashiem Jefferson, obviously, a perfect example of that, man. It is a real pleasure and a real honor to be able to spend some time with him, man, and just chop it up with him, man, as he's driving from one coaching session to another, man, and working with two amazing fighters, man. We get to catch up with him a little bit, man, and Junior in the backseat, man, who we will hopefully see again very soon. A young up-and-coming fighter in his own right. I would urge him, of course, man, as a father myself, listen to your pops. But it sounds like Rashiem, Coach Rell, is just such a force, man, and such a wealth of knowledge and information, man, that he just commands, he demands being listened to, man. He's got the goods. He's got the goods, the fighting ability, the mental toughness, man. He's an asset, man. If you're a fighter out there, man, and you have him in your corner, man, credit to you, man. So that was a huge honor for me, man. We'll get into it again, and I will have Rashiem back on here, man, when we can really sit down and really dig in deeper to his story, man. We've only scratched the surface, man. Such an interesting, intellectual guy, man, with so many insights and so many salient points on the sport, man, that we will dive in more with him, man. So let me go into promotion mode right here and get that out of the way. Make sure to like and follow Off the Couch Boxing on Facebook. When you go there, you will get updates on new episodes, when they're dropping, who will be on them, and any other big boxing news that's going on in the sport right now. Follow Off the Couch Boxing on Facebook. You will be informed, man. If it's popping off in the fight game, I will post it. I will put it up there. Big fight announcements, fight results, breakdowns, analysis, predictions, viral videos, anything big that happens, man, I'm grabbing it and I'm sticking it up there, man. Keep you guys in the loop. And of course, if you're watching this episode right now, make sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell to stay tapped in. This is, of course, the home of the most amazing and real boxing conversations anywhere on planet Earth. You all know the tagline: legends, luminaries, world champions, fighters on the come up, all coming here to chop it up with your boy Reckless Rexx. And we just had a real good one right there, man. Again, my big thanks to Rashiem Jr, Coach Rell. Appreciate him coming on here, man. And again, this is the undisputed, undefeated heavyweight champion of boxing podcast. Go take a look at the list of guests, man. The YouTube playlist, man. I stack up better than anybody. I'm confident of that. You should be tapping in, and please peruse the playlist, folks, because it's all on there, man. There's something for everybody. I say it all the time, man. Plenty of amazing conversations with the OGs, the legends, guys that grinded and made a huge name for themselves. And of course, my biggest thrill, having young up and coming fighters on here, man, guys that are going to be your future world champions and your future stars that are going to carry the sport onward and upward. Love having those guys on, and ancillary people associated with the sport too. Referees, amazing coaches and trainers. I've had the pleasure to have Lenny B. Wilson on here, man. Of course, Bo Mack, Coach Rell, Harvey Doc, the referee. You know, anybody that's tied to the fight game, man. I'm down to have them on and have an amazing conversation. So I'm very interactive on Facebook and in the comment section. If there's somebody you want to see on here, hit me up. I'll try to run them down for you, man, and continue to stay tapped in, man, to the undisputed, undefeated heavyweight champion of boxing podcast. And I got good news for you. You too can be a champion, even from home, even just watching this little podcast. And I'm going to give you the formula right now. You want to be a champion? Just continue to roll with Off the Couch Boxing and continue to roll with the champs. Peace.